Going
We're on channel.
live.
Hello, everybody. We are live on YouTube. Who do we have monitoring YouTube for us tonight?
The lovely Miss Sharona, as always.
Excellent, 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 excellent. Well, welcome everybody to Tuesday, October 4th, 2022. Been spending a lot of time just digging into crypto, NFTs, Web 3.0, metaverse things, and I've really been watching the news because, of course, we're working with Otherverse, working with Muon on their protocols and the stuff that they've put together, working with Star Babies and innovating in the movie industry, and then a whole host of other stuff that we're working on and doing. Utopia 42. I mean, there's just so many different projects and stuff that we're working on that we're keeping a pretty close eye on what is going on in the world of VCs, investments and stuff like that. And it's interesting. One of the companies that builds the technology for Yoga Labs and for Amica Brands, they're doing some stuff there. They just raised $111 million at a $3.1 billion market cap in order to continue to move their technology. One of the NFT projects, I'm not going to name it here, but they just raised 50-something million dollars at a $700 million market cap. And I look at it and it's like, what do they have? And what they have, guys, is community. We have said it. If I've said it once, I've said it a million times over the last 7 years. Community is commerce, okay? And it is going to be more in the nature of community as commerce as it moves along. If you want to look at Luna and what they've done and the community, the leader of it, you know, trying to, you know, do whatever he's doing, but the community has come in, taken over the project and has continued to move it forward. It's gone back up to a couple of $1 billion market cap. Community is commerce. So here's my question. I'd love for you guys to give me some responses to this. Okay, community is commerce. Let me ask this question first. How many people on this call right now? We got about 20 on the Zoom. I don't know how many on YouTube right now. How many people here want to they want to increase their digital assets dramatically over where they're at right now? If you do want to put a 1 in, if you don't want to, you can put in a 2, okay? Okay. All right, so now the proof is out there that community is commerce. And we all want to, especially in the digital world, in this crypto space, we all want to increase our digital assets. So what does that really mean? What is the solution to community is commerce and we all want to increase our digital assets? It essentially means what? We need to do 2 things, actually. One is what community we have needs to be involved, stay involved, and do as much as they possibly can, you know, on staying engaged and not just sitting on the sidelines and saying, oh, I'll wait and see what happens, but continue to participate in all ways. The second side is, and that Steve just answered the question, is we need to grow the community. And now I'm going to tell you guys, I know right now is an extremely hard time to grow the community because we're in a bear market, okay? However, if we can be the ones that figure out how to build community during a bear market, let's say in our community, a little over, I think, 9,000 holders on some of one of our ones, 6, I think on the other one, right? Holders. But let's face it, we probably have about a community of about 500, 600, 700 active people right now. If we could put a 0 on that and go to 5,000 or 6,000 people, then when the bull market comes, we can explode to 50, 60, 600, 500,000, 5, 6 million people. And community is commerce. Then what does that mean? The more people, the bigger the community, the more value the community can create, the more value the members inside that community hold, right? These are simple truths, guys, that are in place right now. So my question is this, and you guys can put it in the chat or you can put it in there. What do you guys think we need to provide, okay, outside of crazy stuff, guys? Because there's some stuff, and by the way, I know some people are going to go marketing, advertising, PR. None of that stuff does very much good for the cost of what it is. We've tried all of it, okay? We've done PR, we've done marketing, we've hired influencers. Those are off the table. What we're talking about is what can Sally, Henry, Lois, Larry, Brenda, Peter, Rhonda, what can we do? What can we create? What can we put forward to help us grow community in a time when people are going, I don't know about that. Now, wait a minute, guys. The proof is there, though. In the last year, in professional investors, VCs, this is, I'm gonna put this right how it is. Otherverse has a strong chance of being a major leader in the metaverse space, if not the leader. Utopia 42 stuff is coming very quickly. Another metaverse we're working on. All of our projects, Muon is working to do stuff in the metaverse, right? Security, those type of things. Reveal 3, very involved in the metaverse. All of our partners working around that. Professional investors have put $120 billion into the metaverse in the last 12 months. VCs, people who are looking down the road, these are the people that made the right decisions and got into the web. They've made the right business decisions. They've built fortunes, are piling a lot of money into the metaverse. Can anybody, if you believe that that's a sign that the metaverse and Web 3.0 and NFTs and crypto has a huge amount of potential, put a 1 in. If you think that doesn't really matter, put in a 2.
And Peter, up above all the 1s and 2s, Jody had an answer. What one of the
Okay,
thoughts
Jody,
he had.
platform that would give members access to potential real-time profits on a daily basis, way to earn real-time money. Okay, and that's a great one. And we know we have NSI coming, right? That will be able to do that. It's not as easy as, you know, just saying, hey, we want to do it. We're in the process of building that and moving that forward, right? So that's something that's in the works. Matter of fact, me and Doug had a call. Was it today or yesterday? I don't know, one of these days. And it's making progress, but it's got to be right for people to be able to do it, because it as well can go in the other direction, right? There's a major drop, and we want to make sure that, you know, that they're able to head there. And Henry said, bring community members from other projects to our community. Okay, so now that's a one right there. How do we do that, Henry, or anyone else? What are some ideas? Because we've connected with other communities, right? We just did some collabs, those type of things. And how do we reach those communities to get them involved? We talk to people all the time. Just had a call with a couple of guys. They have 20-something thousand people following them. They may be doing some stuff with us. Through Jody has introduced us to, through Dan and Jody. So we're getting ready to talk with them, or we talk with them. We're going to send a proposal over this week for what we'd like for them to do and come to some type of an arrangement with them there on that side of it. But this is the big question, guys. I believe a lot of it is figuring out, and this maybe is somewhere you guys can help us. What are the right types of people for us to talk to and go after, right? Because if we knew that, then we could say, okay, here's the profile of a person that in a bear market before the boom comes. So they've got to be somewhat risk-taking, right? Entrepreneurial. They've got to have that type of a thing. And maybe you guys, maybe that's what we could do here today, is build the profile of a person who is willing to take a little bit more risk because it's in a bear market. That's not an excitement junkie, right? Because if you're an excitement junkie, you want to have, if you're not excited for a day. But what does that person look like? And maybe you guys can start putting in some stuff into the chat. What does that person look like that we can maybe target as a group to start to grow the community? People that, so I would say it's got to be somebody that has a 3 to 5, 8-year vision, right? Somebody that could look down the road, not a short term. If somebody's a short term thinker, they're going to only be excited in a bull market, right? So it's got to be somebody who has long term thought process. You know, is it people that are in their 50s that are saying, maybe I don't have a chance to retire at this point because I haven't saved up enough. I need something in the next 5 to 8 years. They have a job already. So let me read some of these. So Drew put in, our community needs to be active, like way more active. Every post, Twitter space, YouTube video should have a few hundreds likes and responses. So I agree with Drew, guys. If you're really, and all you guys put ones in, right? That you want it to be more digitally wealthy. We have 25 people on here, and I don't know how many are on YouTube, but I think our last Twitter space had
27.
Had 18 people on it. So we've got 52 people here, and we had like 18 on our last Twitter spaces. And I know everybody's busy, guys. I understand that. But the question is how bad do we want this? Community is commerce. Do we want to be one of the most influential communities in the space, and together rising tide raises all ships? Or do we just want to see if it'll work? And, you know, maybe Rhonda's brilliant enough, and she is, to make this all work and create a few $1 billion, and we all get a few grand out of it, or 10 grand, 20 grand, whatever it is, you know, in digital assets. And then we can just go and buy I don't know, maybe a little bit nicer dinner tonight, right? Or in 6 months or whatever it is. Or do we want to come together and say, I have a responsibility, being part of the Nexus ecosystem, to, like Drew said, like the videos, share the videos. You know, it's, you know what, let's say you go to bed at 10 o'clock every night. At 9:30, you just real quick jump on and go, okay, let me go look if any tweets were put out today. Like, share, comment, boom. Okay, let me go to here, Discord. Let me go here. Let me go here. You're sitting at the doctor's office and you got that 45 minutes to an hour, you know, and you just sit there and go, you know what? I might as well just, let me jump in and like, tweet, comment, do all that stuff, right? You're at your lunch break, right? You know, and you're sitting there eating lunch. Drew sitting on the toilet, right? Yeah, everybody does it at least once a day, right? We hope. And, you know, so you're sitting there and you just take that 5-10 minutes, you like, you share, you comment, and you do this stuff. Guys, this seems like it's so little, but we can't do this by accident. Building what we want to build here. And I know all you guys, I say we because you guys all put ones in the chat. Building what we want to build cannot be built by accident. You know? And I'm gonna really put this straight, guys. A lot of you guys are going, oh, I don't have an extra 10 minutes a day. Guys, I don't put 10 minutes a day into this. 7 days a week, 14, 15, 18 hours a day. Rhonda does not put in 10 minutes a day. Dawn does not put in 10 minutes a day. Rhonda's at least 11. I know it's at least 11 minutes. Jan does not put in 10 minutes a day. We're not asking you to even come close to the amount of time, effort, and energy we put into it. And you shouldn't have to, because many hands make for light work. There's 50 of us on here. If we all put in 10 minutes a day, that's 50 times 10 minutes is 500 minutes. I know at least 200 or 300 people are going to watch this in a replay. 200 or 300 people, 10 minutes a day is 2,000 to 3,000, or 2,000 to 3,000 minutes a day. That is over 40 to 50 hours a day of promotion marketing going into it. And if we start doing that, then guess what? We'll get to 500 or 600 people, which will become 100 hours. Then we'll get to 11 or 12, 1,500 people. And that will become, you know, all of a sudden we have thousands of hours a day being poured into promoting and growing this community. It is so important, guys. So important. 7 days a week, tweet, like, comment, post. If there is a Twitter space, guys, you don't have to sit there and listen to the whole space if you're busy, but get on the space. Occasionally log in and hit clap your hands and send it out there. We really need your guys' help to build this. We have a whole ton of opportunities. We have all of this great stuff happening, but we cannot do it. We're a team of 12, 14, 15 core people. And there's only so much we can do. We need the community to help us push this stuff forward. And I have to say, we're not, because I can take you right now to some tweets and posts and stuff that have 6 shares, 3 or 4 comments, you know, a dozen likes, right? So the results that we're creating don't lie. We've got a lot of people, but a lot of people are not putting it. And it's not that you can't, and it's not that you won't. You have not been, if you're on here, some people have. There's a few people that have prioritized it. And we know who they are because they do everything, right? I can go on and look. 9 people like this thing, and it's usually the same 9 people. Thank you, Mom. Love you. One of them's always my mom, right? Mom is on it like that, right? Boom, 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 boom. I can always count on Mom to watch every video, share every post, right? All of that stuff that's happening and going on there, right? But it's really, guys, I need you guys tonight to really sit down, get out a piece of paper, write down what you'd like to accomplish in the next, not 6 months, guys, because 6 months is nothing, okay, in the scheme of things. In the next 3 to 5 years, what do you want to accomplish? What's your dream? What is it? And then you have to sit there and write it out and then put, is this worth 10, 20, 30 minutes a day? Put it at the top, okay? And then maybe even put down a dollar amount that you're willing to put towards it in some form or fashion. Right next to it, I'm willing to put in 20 minutes a day and $10 a week, right? And then make a commitment, right? Put your name down at the bottom and say, I commit to this 7 days a week for the next 3 years. Now, if you're willing to do that, please put a 1 in the chat. Please put a 1 in the chat if you're willing to do that. Write down your goal, what you'd like to accomplish, and then you're going to put your name at the bottom and you're going to sign it. And you're going to put down how many minutes and the minimum amount a week, a day, whatever, that you'll be able to commit to things financially in order to help all of us win. Every single last one of us win in this moving it forward. So, okay. All right. So this is what I'm going to ask you guys to do. When you're done doing that, snap a picture of it. And I want you to send it to Rhonda. Give him an email address. You're muted, Rhonda.
Sharona@coolerbrands.com.
There you go. Sharona@coolerbrands.com. Okay, so when you're done with that, snap a picture of it. We're not going to share it with anybody else. We're going to keep it, right? And then, so if you're watching this in the replay, same thing, okay? And then we are going to start using the power of the vibrations, what we believe, the power of belief in this community. I don't care if it's 40 of us, 100 of us, 400 of us. We're going to start to harness that to move us towards achieving the goals and the dreams of each and every member that are a part of this community and that want to achieve those. If there's anything that I would love to be able to when the end comes and I'm sitting there, it's going to be that I helped, and I don't know how many people, right? Because I don't know how long I've got, but I hope it's millions of people achieve their dreams and their goals, whether that's retirement or whether that's a new car or whether that is, you know, being able to take care of mom and dad in their older age, whether it's getting rid of credit card debt, whether that's dream vacations, whether that's whatever it is. I believe that's the ultimate at the end of the day when you're ready to cash in your chips. And that includes your family, right? My wife's dreams, my kids' dreams, my mom's dreams, my sisters, my brothers, but also other people in this world of being able to make that happen. And I hope that every single person listening to this right now are going, you know what? I want to do that as well. Because if we get enough people that want to do it, that are willing to take consistent action. Now I'm going to say on this piece of paper, if you know for sure you can do 10 minutes and $10, then just put that on. There might be days you do 30 minutes or 40 minutes or 50 minutes. But what we do as humans usually is we overcommit because we're excited about it. Peter was just on here. He was yelling. He was screaming. He was excited. You know, and I'm going to put down 10 hours a week, right? And then life gets in the way and we put in the 10 minutes or whatever it is. I'd rather have you put the 10 minutes and then put in the 10 hours. I want really what you are willing to commit for. And if you're watching this live video and it's 3 months from now, write it down, put it on a piece of paper, snap a picture of it and send it to Sharon, okay? Simply. Just because we're going to use that email, right? She's going to create a mailbox. She's just going to keep putting them in there and it's going to pile up. And then the intention and the action that that creates is going to help propel us forward towards the goal of achieving the dreams that are on those pages, right? Nothing ridiculous that you could put on there. Whatever it is, right? We want to help you achieve that and move that forward. All right, so let's get back to some solutions here, guys. So that's my solution for one of the things that we're going to do, because I believe if we have the intention to attract the right people, they're going to find us and they're going to put it together. Okay, I'm going to go back through the chat and see if we've got any other suggestions that we can do here. Thank you, Drew, for pointing out. Okay, let's see. Okay, people who have influence with the leaders of these communities connected with Peter and the team to show them what we are doing. Yeah, and guys, I think one of the things that we're missing here too is if we go out to the Nexus Ecosystem page, we have some great videos that we've created. Les and Danny have put together. Rhonda, did we publish the latest one yet? Can you?
They are all.
Can you pull that out? Yeah, can you pull it up?
I can't because I'm running the panel. I don't know if I can open up YouTube while I'm doing this. I will try.
Well, just go to the Nexus site. Pull up the website.
Yes.
Okay.
We have not put up the newest one on the site.
Okay, so we need to get that up on the site. So guys, we're going to get that on the site. Okay, and so we can start to move this stuff forward. Now, remember, guys, we have a lot of different projects that we're doing. Like right now, we're really focused on star babies. So if you said, I'm going to give it 10 minutes, and that can only mean you can focus on the one project, in 2 weeks, it might be something else that we've switched to, then that's where you want to direct your energy towards, right? Because that's the push at the moment. And then once something grabs momentum, then it can grow on its own. One of the things that I'm proud of, guys, is we were a big part of getting MMAC going, but MMAC has developed its own community, right? People that don't even know what Nexus is, they're moving, they're grooving. Of course, we're still part of it, but they're doing their thing, building their community and putting that together, okay? Yeah, they are blasting off. They are doing a very good job. And good thing is they're our partners. And they're making stuff out. Okay, for those of us that work, is there a place that we can copy, paste, and share out? I can create a daily plan to commit to help the team. Yeah, we can put that together, Sally. So, you know, maybe what we should do, Rhonda, is create a Google Doc where every day, every night, you, me, Sharona, somebody goes in and puts some lead things that they can do, that so they can know one place to go to. Guys, we're going to work on this. I don't have it yet. One place that you can go to every day and say, okay, what are things I can do tomorrow? What are we all promoting? What are we going to do? And we'll say, hey, there's a post that's going to go out on Star Babies, that type of thing. So the stuff we have planned. There's always some stuff that pops up that's not planned, but I think maybe we can orchestrate this better if we get somewhere where people can rely on to go to and know what to do for busy people.
Well, I think that the easy button for that already exists, and it's in Discord. What we have not done is put in the automatic, here are all the Twitter posts, here's the Facebook posts.
Yeah, we can do it. So we can start a channel in Discord, right?
Yeah, so all you need to do is click on that, and then you can like, share, comment, like, share,
Okay.
comment. So
guys, we're gonna work on that tomorrow.
Yep.
Creating a channel. We'll tell everybody where the channel is, and you just go there every day, and it's gonna tell you what we could do the following day to help make this thing happen and be a part of it. And so that's all you got to do. If you're going to give it 2 minutes a day, 5 minutes a day, you know, and then go from there. Now, we have built a tool, guys. We're just waiting on it to finish. And this is really probably not for, it's for the community members because we see the long-term vision, but it's really probably not in for as big a use as it is for first world people as it is for third world people. But we're creating a tool where for 2 cents, 4 cents, 3 cents, whatever compensation, people can go like, comment, share, retweet things, do all that stuff, and it'll track it, everything that they do. We're probably a couple weeks away. We were waiting to get approved from the app, from the Chrome store. And we had to upgrade to the newest version of the Chrome thing, and they were working on that this week. So that'll be probably available next week. We'll pay in crypto, so whatever anybody earns. But this is going to be something where somebody can earn, you know, a couple dollars a day. Now, for most of us on here, a couple dollars a day is not going to do a lot for us. However, if you're somebody in the Philippines, let's say, $3, $4 a day will change your life, right? I believe their average income is $280 a month. So if they can make a few dollars a day in an hour, then that's pretty good. The same thing with Africa, you know, a lot of African nations, Asian nations. So there's a lot of places where this type can change their life, and we're getting the activity, and we're going to do this for other projects. So we're going to have this opportunity available, and we're going to do this for other projects, other things that are taking place. Let's see. Okay. So here's one of the things, guys. We're right now having to turn away some projects because we don't have a big enough community to support as many projects as we could be doing. And again, a lot of it's because of the bear market, right? And that's why we really need to get to growing and make things happen. Yeah, the African continent is huge, right? So, oh, Jose, yes, Jose, this would be perfect for them, Jody, for them to be able to use this tool for their people of the churches to be able to create third world or income in these third world countries. So that'll be fantastic and terrific. We'll have to have that conversation when we launch it here, and get that going here in the next few weeks. So, okay. So any other, so that same email address that you just gave to, that Sharona just gave you, if you guys come up with any ideas, I'm going to ask you to send them to that, but in the subject line, put please give to Peter. Okay, please please share with Peter. She's not going to give it to me because it's in her email, and she's not going to give me that. But please share with Peter. Okay, please share with Peter, and she will share it with me, and then and we'll share it on our team thing, and then we'll start looking at these solutions. We're going to start bringing these solutions to you guys. We're going to start doing a bunch of voting here. It's a couple weeks out because we've got to get things going. We're going to start using our voting software that we built in order to start having you guys participate more, and really help us move this stuff forward. That it's extremely important, guys. Community is commerce. It does not matter how much business I know. Doesn't matter how dynamic the team is. Community is commerce. It's the community side of this thing, which I'm a community member. Rhonda's a community member. We're all community members. Sharona is the most wonderful community member on the whole planet, right? I mean, it's just that simple. And so we're right here with you guys. We just need more community members like what we already have. I mean, guys, Jody is just phenomenal, right? Drew, phenomenal. I can go down this list. Marty rocks. Oh my God, what a fantastic person. Ivan, I just absolutely unbelievable. Sally, the list goes on and on. Lois, that's my sister. Larry, oh my goodness. Dedicated people. Gary, dedicated people in helping us make this happen. Jason, you know, the list goes on and on and on of people that are willing to do it. We just need more of us. we need to put a 0 on what we have now, right? So if it's 400 people, we need 4,000. Put a 0 on it. And then put another 0 on that 40,000. I got to tell you guys, if we would have had, and this would have been my wish, 3 more months at the bull market, we would have 10x'd our community at least, if not 20x'd it. And right now we'd have 10 to 20 more people. Okay. You guys know we're like plugged in like tight, okay? I was on a site today that was talking about 7 or 8 NFT communities that are driving NFT sales, okay? The amount of NFT sales that they're doing is pitiful. These are the top 7 compared to what our community is doing at its size right now. If you guys only understood the power that we are creating right now as a community, and if we can just get it to grow, I'm serious. If we had an X on a 0 on it right now over what we have, what we will set in place over the next 6, 10, 12, who knows, 14 months of this bear market, we'd create just a massive amount of digital assets, just huge when things take off and when they build. All right. And when it goes from there. And guys, guess what? This isn't the first time NFTs went boom and then went into a slump and then boomed again. The difference is when the boom came, right? The ones that were launched before the boom right now are what's called your OGs, right? Your crypto punks, these ones that have long-term value. They're, blue chip NFTs. Well, guess what? We're building right now the basis of blue chip NFTs. Are they blue chip NFTs today? No, because we're in a bear market and we're just laying the foundation. When Star Babies is able to make its first film, so give you the guidelines, things are being put in place, distribution, first movie. The US one will go on a slow track. It'll probably take about a year to get that one done. Fast track is going to be the UK film. You guys, hopefully you were on Sunday and heard or watching the replay. Mr. Willis, okay, Jonathan. Distribution will be in place. Everything will be in place. That is going to be fast track. A matter of fact, tomorrow, 2 script writers will be hired to begin writing the first script for the first 2 movies, okay? Because they're being funded through NFTs, so we don't need to have the script contest sent in, okay? So 2 scripts will be written. One will be fast tracked in the UK. I want you guys to think about it as a blue chip, okay? So first of all, no company, no project, nothing starts as a blue chip. You have to earn being a blue chip, okay? And you do that by good business principles, laying a foundation, and of course here, community is commerce, building a strong community. I got to tell you, the proof is in the pudding, okay? I can pull up MMAC right now. It has not conquered the world, right? It's not selling for 27 ETH, but it's also not selling for $27. I can take you through 50 projects right now, guys, that were $200 and $300 NFTs that you can buy for less than $10 right now, because they don't have the basis of a blue chip NFT, because they don't have the belief system. They don't have a community that's behind them that was told when they purchased them, when they got them, that it wasn't going to happen overnight, that it was going to take time to build and move this stuff forward. Short-term mentality, thought process when they came to it. And if you go for the easy money, fast stuff, low, in and out people, you're going to end up with a project that's going to collapse and crash. We're building long-term stuff. We're building blue chip cryptos and blue chip NFT projects and blue chip metaverse projects that in the next 3, 5, 8 years are going to be the names that set the standard in the industry. I'm telling you, the guys at Yoga Labs, they're sitting there right now going, thank you, Nexus, for not starting until after we had a chance to launch our project. Because if we would have launched first, we would be them right now. Okay? We would be the core project that everybody's looking at. But guess what? It ain't over with yet. The number one projects have not, their names have not been set yet. It ain't even set yet in blockchain yet. Nobody right now knows whether it's an Ethereum blockchain or the Solana blockchain or the Polygon chain or the no, that has not been decided at this point. It's too early in the space. There's a potential of one of those chains being it because they have such a head start. They have whatever it is. But guys, Hashgraph, Hedera, oh my goodness, 1/1000th of a penny transactions. Could that be the future? Because I believe personally that microtransactions are the key to a successful blockchain. You can't do microtransactions on Ethereum. You can't do microtransactions on BNB even. Why? Because it's a 8, 7, 14 cents transaction fee. You need 1/1000th of a penny in order to do true microtransactions. This is not my wishes and my dreams, guys. This is information based on business principles that make absolute sense. Concepts and ideas. Look, if you are right here right now and you have even this much doubt that Web 3.0, metaverse, crypto, blockchain is going to be the future, then you need to zip that out because it's absolutely, positively, 100% metaverse, Web 3.0. You know, Tim Cook was talking about, oh, I'm not that excited about metaverse, but VR. VR is the metaverse. VR in your home by yourself is not that exciting. VR in a community where you can engage with people, do your work, do your stuff, that's where it's at. And that's where the metaverse comes in. I was listening to another metaverse expert not that long ago and he said, but what the metaverse isn't is the blockchain. No, it's not just the blockchain, but you better believe that the blockchain, the security side of things, absolutely has to do with the success of the metaverse. They're all together. VR, metaverse, blockchain, all of that stuff is going to integrate together to change our world and make this what the future looks like. And here's the biggest key. We need it to be both decentralized and centralized. But here's the biggest key. It needs to be, if I was going to pick a percentage and let's just going to make up a number here, needs to be 80% decentralized, 20% centralized, or 90% decentralized, 10% centralized. It can't be the other way around. We want a more decentralized future because that's when we benefit the most. We as individuals. Me as Peter Gantner can benefit more in a decentralized future than I can in a centralized future. Drew is better off in a decentralized future with some centralization than in a centralized. Jan, same thing. It's each and every single one of us is better off when we say we need to stay on top of this. The US government, other governments right now are beginning to look at heavy regulation in this space. We need some regulation, but we don't need heavy regulation. And what is going to prevent that? It's not even right now, guys, about, well, we're in a bear market and we want to build a big community before we go into a bull market. That'll multiply the amount of digital assets we're able to build. But I believe if we don't pick up the pace of growing this, then we are going to give it away, and it is going to be a centralized blockchains, centralized metaverses, centralized Web 3.0 that is going to become dominant, and then that we are it. I saw a great post the other day. It said, if something is free, you are the product. If something is free, you are the product. What does that mean? Your data, your information, what color you like, what foods you eat, where you shop, where you vacation, when you vacation, how much you're willing to spend on stuff. If you sat down and understood and realized what your free social media is costing you, you'd be shocked. Every single person on here would be absolutely shocked if you knew how much information they have on you, because they're taking all these points of data and they analyze it, and they've got AI now doing it, and they've got algorithms that sort and do all this stuff, right? I'm going to ask a question. How many of you guys are like, you think about something, right? A new pair of shoes, right? Wolverine work boots, right? You're like, man, I need to get some new Wolverine work boots. And, you know, maybe you go and you do a quick search for a second, and then all of a sudden for the next 30 days, you see 60 Wolverine work boots. How many of you guys have read a news article on a subject that it just piqued your interest because maybe you didn't understand the title, and you click on it and you go, oh, this isn't a subject I'm interested in. But all of a sudden, the feeds you start getting on advertisements is tied to that news article. Yes. Yes. That is a centralized world. That is a world when people say, you can come to our site and it's free, but we're going to basically make money off of you. There are ways, guys, that will be developed and put together through the blockchain where you can say, yes, I want to be monetized. Yes, click the box. And sites will monetize you, but you'll get a percentage of the revenue that is generated off of your monetization. Might be a few $100s, might be a few $1,000s, but you're going to benefit from that. That is only possible in a decentralized future. Majority decentralized future. And that is where we come in. That's us. That is you tomorrow morning, whether you like, share, comment, reach out to people. I got to tell you, one of the most disappointing things since we started Nexus Ecosystem, guys, is when I talked to Carolyn. We've cut the hours back on our Zoom room dramatically. I think we're open about 20 hours a week right now. And you know why we cut it back? Because no one was using it. Carolyn would sit there all day and have 1 or 2 people come in. And I'm thinking, how can we have the only live Zoom free service to help get people started in the blockchain? And we don't have, our biggest problem should be right now is, how the heck do we service as many people as we want to get started in the space? How many of you guys agree with, how many of you guys are like, oh, Peter, you're full of crap. There shouldn't be a lot of people in there, right? And I'm okay with you saying I'm full of crap, right? At this point, right? But how many people agree that there's something missing that we're not doing? And if you do, you can put just put a comment in there. I agree, I disagree, whatever. That we have a free service that is willing to teach people how to get into crypto, and nobody is hardly using it. Matter of fact, this week, I believe the only people we had use it were people that needed a little bit of help with MMAC over the weekend. I think we had 2 people that needed some help with MMAC to do it, right? How do we fix that, guys? How do we get it out there? And we can't spend money on advertising because we're paying the money to bring people in. If we spend money on advertising, then we've got to start charging people for it, right? Because now we have to generate revenue in order to do it, because we're going to end up increasing our expenses. So it really comes down to us, right? Of us being willing to share and just saying, hey, have you ever thought of getting into crypto? Yeah, I thought about it. Say, hey, here's a free place you can go to, no strings attached. They're not going to try to sell you on anything. You guys do know. Has anybody ever come into our Zoom rooms on here? Put in a 2 if you have, and they tried to sell you on something you didn't want to buy. Is there anybody that's done that? No, they don't. It's not a sales avenue, guys. It's a gift from us to know that if we can have that room open and 1 or 2 people learn the proper way to behave. And we don't even ask, look, if you want to buy TruBadger tokens, great, right? If you want to get some SAFU fight, if you want to get NSI, that's great. We're good with that. What we want to do is build a relationship with people by helping them. And then hopefully they go, yeah, I want to be part of this Nexus thing. And at some point in time, they engage with us and we become a part of it. Yeah. And if one person it prevents from being scammed because they learn, don't share your seed words, they learn all the different stuff of it, then we've done our job, right? Because we've stopped somebody from getting scammed. That's the next area, guys. Why do we need a big community? We need to be able to fight the scammers. We need to be able to build tools and build stuff. And that takes resources. Wait, hold on. Let me ask the question. If community is commerce, then how do we get resources? A bigger community, right? Bigger community, more resources. We can build more tools and we can develop more stuff to prevent people from getting scammed and really clean up the industry and move forward from there. So if you guys do have any questions, you can put them in. I'll be glad to answer any questions that you have. I know I've been talking here for about 45 minutes. We're going to capture the tweet, the question or the chat here, guys. So if you put something in that I missed, instead of me scrolling back, because it's hard to do when new stuff is coming in, we're going to scroll through here. We're going to look. You can send an email to Sharona@coolabrands.com. And put in there, this is for Peter to share with. And Jan put that somewhere in the chat, exact word there. And if you put those exact words in there, guys, in the subject line, it's really easy for us to find. Because what we can do is, Sharona doesn't have to scroll through. And when I say, hey, Sharona, let's look at all the ideas people sent, we can just put that in the search, and those emails are going to come up. And boom, we're in business and ready to go. That's why it's so important when we give you guys a title in the subject line, that is in the subject line. Please share with Peter, is it? And then Sharona@coolabrands.com. Thank you, Jan.
Hey, Peter.
Yes, Sharona.
I've already got one email.
Oh, very good.
From Gary Brennan.
Thank you,
Thank
Gary.
you, Gary.
Amazing.
Well, I've got a million emails tonight, but for this particular purpose, I got one from Gary. So I moved it. I made a new folder, and there it is. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So here it is, guys. Everybody's going to write up their thing. They're going to send them in to Sharona. Sharona, what do you want them to put in the subject line for their goal, their commitment, goal commitment page? What would you like in the subject line for that?
Isn't that the please share with Peter?
No.
Or is this a oh my goodness. A second one. Okay. I don't know. I must have been playing with
Reading
lists
the
or
first
something
one?
when that.
Yeah. Ideas are please share with Peter. Okay. The other one,
yep.
put in there, commitment. Okay.
Okay. Commitment
Nexus,
then.
no, put in Nexus commitment. Nexus commitment.
Yes.
Nexus.
Perfect.
Nexus commitment. Okay.
I'll make a folder right now.
Nexus commitment. All right. So put that in the subject line for those. If you've already sent it in, don't worry. Sharona will sort those and put them in the right folder. But from here forward, Nexus commitment, you're gonna put down time, dollar, your goals and dreams, right? What you want to accomplish in the next 3, 5, 6, 8 years, right? Some big stuff, not next week, not in 6 months, right? The long-term things that we can build together. It is Anthony Robbins. I'll give him credit for what he said. Most people overestimate what they can accomplish within a 2-year period of time, but they underestimate what they can accomplish in a decade. Okay. And that's why they don't get anywhere, because they put such short-term windows on it. They never succeed. They keep missing their goals. They eventually give up because they don't hit them, because we are such short-term thinkers. We have this short-term mentality. It's okay to have short-term goals, guys, that you want to accomplish, but you can't have a short-term mentality, because if you have a short-term goals and short-term mentality, you're going to miss the goal because it's too short of a time frame. And then, of course, your mentality is going to get you to quit instead of then reset in. So you can have some short-term goals, but have a long-term thought process. I'm going to be here for a really freaking long time, and I'm going to freaking need a lot of money to get to where I want to go. And so I'm willing to take the next 3, 5, 8, 10 years in order to hit those goals and make that happen and be a part of it. And here's the greatest thing about it. We are going to do this together. We are going to do this together. Rising tide raises all ships. It's not just about your goals. It's about each and every single one of us as individuals achieving our goals together. The efforts of 1, 2, 5, 10 being multiplied and allowing us not to just get 10 goals or 20 goals, but millions of goals accomplished over the next 5, 8, 10 years. That's the exciting part about it. I want my headstone when they put me there, right? And, you know, when it's there and it's like, Peter lies here. I want it to be underneath is that he helped tens of millions of goals come true and dreams come true for people. That would be the ultimate. And yes, I want those to be my kids' goals and dreams. I want them to be my wife's goals and dreams. I want them to be my goals and dreams. But I also want them to be your goals and dreams, your kids' goals and dreams, your grandkids' goals and dreams. I want to leave this place better than when I got here. But the thing is, I know I can't do it alone. And that's why I locked on to almost 7 years ago. And it's probably actually 7 years ago because it was in October. 7 years ago, I locked on to this idea that community is commerce and that together we could achieve so much more than any one individual could achieve. And now what we're getting ready to do is in the next 2, 3, 4, 5 years is we are about to harvest the crop that 7 years ago on a plane on my way back from Dallas, we planted the seeds. The idea, the concept was put into place. And we began to do the work every single day saying, we know it, we know it, we know it, we know it. It's not working the way we want it to yet, but we know it, 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 we know it. And as I moved along, I didn't come up with, hey, community is commerce. Oh, wait, it's not working. I've actually become more convinced as we've gone along over the last 7 years that absolutely, positively, when I was on that plane and the idea that community is commerce came to my mind, that it was an absolute truth. And all we need to do is the work. All we need to do is believe. We as in me, Ivan, Jan, Drew, Gary, Nancy, Mary, Sally, Susan, all of us, Lois, Mom. I need you to believe, Mom, that together we can achieve this and make this happen. And we'll be like a dream factory, right? Just cranking out massive numbers of dreams every single day. Thousands, tens of thousands of dreams every single day where people are paying off their credit cards. They're going on their dream vacations. And I'd love to say we'll have a site that'll have them all on it, but I want to produce so many dreams that you wouldn't be able to keep up with it. It'd be like all day long, just people sitting down and going, man, I was able to pay off my medical bills. I was able to help my family. I was able to put my kids through college. I was able to do this and this and this and that and this and this and this and that. So guys, all of this, little TruBadger tokens, little Safu-fied tokens, little NSI tokens, little projects that could, the Otherverse, mixed Martian arts, all of these different projects, guys, that are out there for us to achieve. Let's make it happen. Let's do this together. So before we leave, one big, as many ones as you can put in, guys. If you're going to help make this happen, put as many ones as you can in the chat right now. Let's make this happen. Let's do it together.
Peter, you're posting to the host and the panelists.
Oh my goodness.
Peter's been putting lots of ones
I
in.
gotta
just
post
so
to
you know.
everybody. Hold on, everyone. Okay, I gotta do it again.
Okay.
Hold on.
But I believe you. So
I'm posting to
there you
everyone
go.
now, right?
No, change it
Meet to
from host.
everyone. It says meet everyone.
Okay. Oh yes, it is. Now you're everyone. You are everyone. There you go.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight, guys. Nexus Ecosystem. Oh, Rhonda has something.
You have to. How can we not tell them to join us tomorrow at noon?
Tomorrow. Yes.
Tomorrow at 12 o'clock Pacific. Same channel right here, what you're on right now, for the Star Babies Mint. It's at last. It is here. The Star Babies they've moved across country, so they're closer. They've been in the closet. They're ironing their costumes. They're fixing their makeup. They're getting their props all shiny and pretty. And we are minting tomorrow at noon. So we are going to have a party with Star Babies, and we'll have lots of guests, and we'll have a few surprises. And I can't say anything else, or Dawn will.
Yeah, you'll be in trouble.
I know.
Yeah.
But it will be like a minting that we have never done before. So we'll just leave it at that. So please join us. We will have great fun,
guys.
So best community in the world, you guys. Peter, great call. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everybody.